people like this kind of sum insured, the health infrastructure starts moving up. You saw the budget also, the kind of outlay which was made for health infrastructure and the
Yes.
wellness which is there. Now, if you
Yes.
put it together, all this moves on to increasing the life expectancy of Indians. So, do we realize that all this will lead to about 8 to 10 years of life expectancy moving up? Is it not phenomenal? No. So, the solution is, because if I look at now 1986 was the time when the first health policy was introduced in India. It was called Mediclaim, and that's why a lot of other policies are still called Mediclaim. No. And today is what, 2021. So it's been so many years. Total number of lives covered by insurance companies just about 12 crores. One announcement by government covered 40 crore people. By Jammu and Kashmir, the entire state gets covered. Infrastructure comes to play. The cost gets rationalized. Hospitals gets monitored. Because now you have insurance companies looking at it. The frauds come down. So to me, the solution is government and insurance companies have to work together to make a difference to the people of the country.
So this particular package that you're talking about, the one with Jammu and Kashmir government, is it different from all these Prime Minister Swasthya Yojanas that are being announced? Is it different, or is it on the similar lines, or it is a particular state driven?
Similar lines, but if you look at it, the one which has been announced was only for people below poverty line. That was 40 crores. The state government said we do it for everybody.
All right. Okay.
So I think now that is what's going to come to play. Now 5 lakh sum insured to everybody.
Yeah.
Do we understand what does it mean, Chandni, for us?
Yeah.
Now it's a big thing. Now you want to sell a retail policy that you sell a 5 lakh floater, and look at the cost of that compared to a 5 lakh floater under the scheme, the cost per person.
Yeah.
It's hugely different. Insurance companies still able to manage this. Why? Because the scale, the negotiation hospitals, and the service is much higher. It is just like walk in, walk out. It's a phenomenal scheme. And that's what I want to emphasize through your channel, that if we are talking about making a difference to people, I think at a large scale and taking the country to the next level, the insurance companies and government have to work together at a hyper speed. I think that is something which is very, very clear. And the difference to people is like increasing life expectancy by 10 years. It's not a joke.
Yeah.
What other, let's say if you are the Prime Minister of India and I ask you, Chandni, how would you increase life expectancy of 10 years of your people, of the country?
Has to be by infrastructure. Where insurance
just one move. In 1 year we can do that. We start building it, and then 4 to 5 years, there's was a life expectancy move up. Is it not phenomenal for the country? Is it not something that we should be doing with a lot of pride? And all of us contributing with all our professional expertise together.
Yeah.
And if state can do it, if government did it, it is there. So to talk about it, companies will increase penetration. 1986, 2021, 12 crores covered. That's all. So many companies. Now you have SAHI companies, you have general insurance companies, their distribution, their network, all the bank insurance partners, everything put together.
Yeah.
All the GMCs also I'm taking into this. I'm not even talking about pure retail. 12 crore.
Basically a strong and a very bold grassroots movement that the companies could come together and do this.
That's what they should do. In the end, why are businesses set up? It is to contribute to society also, no? Wealth creation is one part of it. Majority part of it is to contribute to society, to provide employment, to make a difference to people's life, to contribute to society in terms of taking it to the next level. So are we tapping it enough? No, is the question that I have.
Sir, I wanted to ask you about claim settlement. During the pandemic, with digitization, there has been automatic, claim settlement is something that Bajaj has also been working on has launched before the pandemic. But the whole automated claim settlement, has that really, taken a big step ahead after the pandemic?
Yeah, in the pandemic, it was like 100% kind of thing. After that, it dropped. But still higher than before pandemic. Statistically, that is what it is. Now, two things also happened very good. See, if you look before pandemic, we have been asking for digitalization and policies issued digitally. But it still had requirement to send paper policies.
Yeah.
One was regulatory requirement. Two was also the police on the road would not accept your insurance copy on the mobile, no?
Right, yeah.
They wanted a physical document. Now, you may, whatever digitalization you may do, but in the end, you had to print policies and send, because that was a regulatory requirement and the requirement for the customer, because the police would ask for a print copy. So we never realized that the digitalization as such was not leading to any kind of making a difference to either cost or to customer convenience, because you still had to do that. In COVID, regulators stepped up, they said not required. The state government stepped up and they said not required. And that is where the boost came through. A lot of companies would be ready digitally. So I think some companies see that we did a great job digitally. I don't think so. I think issuing the policies on a digital platform, I'd be surprised which company is not doing it. No, nearly all companies would be doing it. I think this made a huge shift, and that is where policy started getting issued digitally. And like for us, it was 100% the movement. So it was phenomenal. Similarly, on claims, I think we were the first in the world to come out with 2014. I remember we came out with click pictures, upload, we pay within 20 minutes time. As a customer, why would I not do that? Why do I still want to go to, let us say, some place and say, okay, now get my car repaired? Then go through the entire process of cumbersome. You have the option. Use it, click pictures, upload, take your claim out. Even in pandemic for fire claims also, in which we had boundary loss damages, we just got a video shot, approved claims. So today, as per regulatory requirements, you have limits in which you can survey. Up to that limit, now again, what special do you require? A machine learning based on photometry, a past data of claims already there, put it together. It's just a simple solution. So I would be surprised companies don't have it now. I think as customers, we should use it more. It's actually much more fast, efficient. And from a customer perspective, it gives them a lot of delight because in 20 minutes time, you have your money.
So do you see this actually, completely changing the way the ecosystem of the claim settlement and all that, or do you seeing it going back to the way it was, the physical way of settling claims, or do you see it moving completely towards this direction?
So there were customers who experienced it, will keep on experiencing it. Those who have not, I think that is where it will take time. It will not happen overnight. Okay. But I think as time progresses, I see a shift happening here. Claims will get digital to a huge extent.
Okay. What are the policies that, like cyber insurance is something that we've been talking about. Have you started seeing, your individual cyber insurance, have you started seeing that product doing well? And how do you see it, picking up post the pandemic?
The same answer for health. Awareness is there, it doesn't pick up. You have to have conversation. Okay. So my conversational sale right now through your channel is please buy it. It doesn't cost much. It's a very, very powerful tool. In fact, we also had cover for stalking also. And I remember the first two policies of cyber was bought by my daughters itself. Even cyber stalking was also part of the policy. It's an amazing policy to have. Hardly cost anything, not even 1,000 rupees for the whole year cover. And you see all this malware, phishing, all that happening. Why would you not have it? That is my question.
So Bajaj, Bajaj has always been one of the most profitable players in the industry. How have you managed to sustain that? How has the pandemic affected? I think you've still posted very good numbers. How has that affected the growth and profitability for you?
To be profitable, I think it's again a contrarian statement which people know. I hope they understand this. To be profitable, pay claims very well. Let's start with this. Pay claims very well. Even in gray areas, pay. That is what I always told my team. We should be the best claim paying company. Now, does it not sound contrarian? How can you be a very good claim paying company and still be profitable? The answer lies is figure out frauds very fast. True. Eliminate fraud ruthlessly. Why should a public money, which has been given to insurance companies as trusting them for use if things go wrong, be misused by some people and insurance companies take it lightly? Insurance frauds across the world has been a huge issue. So on frauds, we had set up a strong team for many years now. We don't allow fraudsters to get away easy, even if it means getting them arrested. For genuine customers, pay very fast, pay very gracefully, give them the best experience that they've ever had. And if you look at all the awards that we have won over time, one award is common every time, that we have been the best claim paying company. If you look at IDS sites also, our settlement ratio is the best, our rejection ratio is the least, our grievance ratio is the least. So that should be a hint. A lot of people think that saving on claims will make you profitable. No. Only profitable, pay claims very well, eliminate fraud at a hyper speed, underwrite well, have a good spread, do all lines of business, across all geographies. Something will go wrong somewhere. We are in the business of risk. So somewhere there'll be flood, somewhere there'll be an earthquake, somewhere there'll be COVID claims, somewhere they'll not be so. Put it all together, you can always be a profitable company, can also grow and can serve your customers also well.
Do you see a very good growth in health as a category compared to motor had taken a backseat? Now motor has again started reviving. But do you see health driving the growth for the industry, health portfolio?
So health will, because if you look at it, people are getting aware. Somebody has, when the moment a distributor reaches out, the sale of health has become easier now. So selling a health policy 10 years back was more difficult. Selling a health policy now is easy because the moment you have a conversation, 3-4 minutes, a sale is happening. And as distribution is getting bigger, so health will also keep on getting sold. Motor did not take a back seat. For 2 months, there was no sale of vehicle happening.
Yes.
That is where, because of the drop in the sale of vehicle, it is not the drop in insurance, the motor premium came down. But today, when the sale of vehicles moved up again, the motor premium is again moved up. And I believe a good health would be very essential. And I said the way now state governments are reacting to it, the way central government is reacting to it, the way central looking at the missing middle, health will become big. It will become bigger than motor once all this starts playing. On a pure standalone basis of just distribution led by insurance companies, will it become very big? No, that may take some time. But with the play of the governments coming and everything, that I think will make a huge difference.
So you've always mentioned earlier also when you used to have conversation that experience plays a very big role when it comes to claim settlement, or experience is very, very important when it comes to insurance companies being a touch point for customers. And then there were a lot of initiatives that were launched which are doing very well. So anything in the future that you're looking at that would probably change the landscape, something different that Bajaj Allianz is planning to come up with?
So that's a very futuristic question, but let me answer it in a very simple way, Chandni. See, first and foremost, take out what do people think about insurance companies and tackle that as an industry, as an insurance company. And that is the biggest thing. As I always said, insurance industry is bleeding, is losing money. It has a high combined ratio, which means that they're paying claims beyond what they can actually afford to pay. But the customer feels that insurance companies don't pay claims. So one, let's stop here. How do you handle this situation? How do you ensure the customer feels that insurance companies pay claims? The process of payment makes the customer feel so. How can you simplify it? I think that is what we have been pushing and will keep on pushing. For the customer, the claim should be, you have a claim, you get the money. Simple. Keep on cutting down all the steps which is cumbersome. That's the first step. Second is conversation. Insurance is critical. Indians, if I look at, and I can say like 99.999999, I can take 2% Indians would be underinsured or not covered, which is sad because it costs very, very little. And when things go wrong, it has a huge impact. So how do you build up distribution? How do you have conversational sales? How do you ensure that you work with the government? How do you ensure that you are able to provide the necessary coverage to as many Indians as possible? I think these two things you're able to get it right, Chandni.